Since the Biden administration declared its intention to return to the 2015 nuclear deal, Iran and the US have revisited the challenging task of finding common ground. The US has participated in the latest round of talks only indirectly, with signatories Britain, France, Germany, Russia and China driving the proceedings. But so far, little progress has been made. Iran wants all sanctions to be lifted immediately, and the US wants a mutual return to compliance in return for a lifting of nuclear-related sanctions. According to the US closest regional ally Israel, Iran's nuclear project is an existential threat that should be dealt with immediately. Former Israeli diplomat Alon Liel says Israel has little trust in Iranian promises.
Any agreement that will be signed with Iran and remove the sanctions or part of the sanctions and get even promises, even far-reaching promises from Tehran, will be looked in Israel as an Iranian bluff. And the amount of trust in any Iranian promise here is zero.
Israel wants world powers to take a hard line towards Iran and says the 2015 nuclear agreement did nothing to stop nuclear enrichment. But despite their current government's rejection of these talks, some former Israeli military and intelligence officials say the 2018 US withdrawal gave Iran an excuse to ramp up its uranium enrichment, which has continued ever since. For some, a bad deal is better than no deal at all. But for the Israeli government, there is always the military option.
You know, going militarily speaking against Iran would mean an all-out war for Israel, something Israel has not done in decades, really. Last real war Israel had was in '73, I should remind you that. And that would mean a very different scenario. And personally, I don't see Israel do that without US backing, US support.
And with that kind of escalation in mind, the two allies are reportedly considering joint military drills, with plans to workshop a nuclear doomsday scenario. Mustafa Fatih's Theater World, Occupied East Jerusalem.